Her friends grow up, get married, go to work, have children, while she lay in a small room. She needed help with almost everything, but instead she remained honest. Holiness for her wasn't pretending that everything was fine. It was letting God slowly transform her in the middle of something that was not fine. With the help of a faithful priest and through prayer, Saint Lidwina started to see her suffering differently. She learned a key Catholic truth, that suffering, when united to Jesus, is not meaningless. On the cross, Christ took on our pain and sin, and he allows us to join our own suffering to his out of love. St. Paul talks about this in Colossians 1:24 when he says he rejoices in his suffering because they are offered for the sake of the church. This doesn't mean that Jesus' sacrifice is incomplete. It means he invites us into his saving work. Lidwina began to say, "Jesus, I offer this with your suffering, for sinners, for souls in purgatory, for the church, and for those who are hurting more than I am." Her bed became like a small altar, and her room became a hidden room of intense prayer. The pain did not magically go away. Her illness remained very real and hard, but now her suffering had a purpose, and that was love. That sense of meaning changed the way she carried her cross. Over time, people noticed something special about her. News spread that there was a young woman in Schiedam who suffered terribly, yet had a deep peace and even had joy. People began visiting her not to help her, but to ask for her help, for her prayers, her advice, and her encouragement. According to testimonies from the time, Lidwina received mystical gifts, visions of Christ and Our Lady, experiences of purgatory and heaven, and a strong sense of God's presence with her. There are also reports that at certain times she lived on very little food, sustained in a mysterious way by God, a phenomenon that is seen in other saints and even stigmatists. Many came to see her as a victim soul, someone especially united to the sufferings of Jesus Christ for the sake of others. In Lidwina, we can see how God takes suffering that won't go away and transform it into a channel of grace. So while her body grew weaker, her soul grew stronger in faith, hope, and clarity. She reminds us that our true worth comes from being loved by God, not our physical health or visible success. For people who today live with chronic illness, disability, depression, or any long-term hidden struggles, St. Lidwina is a powerful spiritual friend. She understands what it's like to hurt day after day. Her answer, lived out for almost 40 years, is yes. Your life always matters to God. St. Lidwina died in 1433 after nearly 4 decades in bed. Over time, devotion to her spread, especially to those who were struggling with similar things that she dealt with. She's often honored as a patron saint of the chronically ill. So if you feel stuck or forgotten, let her story speak to you. You don't have to pretend your suffering is easy. You can be honest to God like she was and still say, "Jesus, I offer this to you. Use it somehow for good." Thank you for listening. I hope you're able to learn some things today. Hope you all have a blessed day.